I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is normally Dinner DeeAs, but not today. We're taking a detour around dinner and heading straight to dessert all this week. And coming up, we're making a bizcocho mojadito, a Puerto Rican cake with cream cheese frosting. Today we have the definitive answer to the age-old question. Is it cake? Yes, it's definitely cake because our guest today is the cake girl, AKA Christina Lavallee. Welcome to the Dinner DeeAs.
Thank you so much.
So excited to have you here. Chef Christina is sharing a recipe which celebrates childhood memories of baking with her mom, Margarita. Also a professional chef in her native Puerto Rico. And appropriately, we're going to be baking a Puerto Rican cake, also known as a bizcocho o mojadito. Did I even say that part right?
No.
I did it. All right, so walk me through it.
So it's bizcocho mojadito.
It sounds so much better when you say that than I can. All right,
Just practice.
I got to practice.
Yes.
And that's sometimes like the whole part about baking.
Oh, yeah.
Practice
makes it better, yes.
All right.
Of course.
Now, how did we get started? Because I see some stuff already inside our KitchenAid here.
Yeah, so we have our butter and sugar already creamed.
That's already done.
Yes.
What do we need to do next?
Yeah, next we're gonna finish cracking these 2 eggs. Okay. Because we're gonna put just the yolks right in here into this bowl.
Sounds like a plan.
Yes.
All
so
right.
we'll do that, and we just have to separate them.
We gotta separate.
Put the egg white over there.
You got a technique for cracking an egg here?
You know, no, not at all. You just hit it on the corner.
Just hit it? Okay.
Yep. And then we're gonna, there you go.
And then we're just gonna separate our egg yolks out? Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's the best technique ever.
That's the one?
Yeah. So
right.
I feel like some people do it with one handed. I'm like, I can't do that.
No? See, but this is kind of nice because like it slows the process down too.
Yes. So we'll add this right in here, and then we'll put the mixer on low speed. Because you don't want any of that stuff coming out of the bowl. Okay. Once it's incorporated, we're gonna add our almond extract.
Straight in?
Yeah, straight in. So if you want to put a little bit of the milk right in here, just a little bit, perfect. That's good. And we'll turn it on slow. And then we'll grab that cup right there, and then we'll add a little bit of our flour right in here. Perfect. And we'll do this alternating until it's pretty much all combined. Okay. Nice and easy, right?
It's very.
Yeah, very easy.
I think people just overthink it too. You know, like, I can't
you just gotta do it. Yeah.
I can do this, folks.
Perfect. Yeah, no, it's an easy thing, and you could do it with your mom, your kids. I mean, really, whoever you wanna,
So when you were baking with your mom, like,
oh my God,
was she?
I love that.
I'm sure you, like, what kid didn't love baking with their mom?
Yes.
Like, so was she the one that was like, hey, it's cool, take the spoon, start licking?
Oh, she was cool with everything. Yeah, she just go for it. Honestly, like when we used to go to the supermarket, I'm like, Mom, I want to really, make a cake at home. And then we just started baking together, even though she's obviously a chef by trade and all that stuff. But I really wanted to do the baking always. It was always fascinating to me. Almost done. Perfect. So you need someone else to help you in the kitchen to do this. Yeah.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
Get that little bit more here.
A little bit more, and then almost done with that flour.
And get it all in there?
All in there, yeah.
You really need the mixer for this one here because you know what?
Yeah.
Cannonball.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Going straight in for that bad boy right there. All right.
Perfect. And then basically on this step, you just want everything incorporated. At this point, we could stop our mixer. Okay. And basically grab our other bowl. Okay. On this stage.
I promise I will have restraint and not start licking or having any kind of spoons around me for. I promise the little 5-year-old, little Jeff, I promise I can have restraint right now.
You want to try. No, that was me as a kid. That was me as a kid.
It still is.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because you want to taste. I mean, like, everybody's curious, right? Perfect. And so on here, we have a whisk attachment. Okay. And we're going to put our egg whites right in here.
Very good. So we got our egg whites right here.
We're gonna add.
Now, do you add them just all in at the same time?
Yeah, all in at the same time. Everything goes right in.
Is there anything else going to go in there? Just the egg whites?
Just egg whites.
Just the egg whites.
Just egg whites by itself, and then we'll put this on high speed and let it basically become snow. That's what I call it.
All right.
Perfect, and we'll just basically let that whisk.
To bake your own Puerto Rican cake and be a cake girl or boy for the day, grab Chef Christina's recipe at dinnerdeas.com. You can find us with your phone if you open the camera app and point it at your QR code down there in the corner of the screen. And when you do, a link to us will appear on your phone. Just press that to find the recipe and follow along.
Perfect.
Now you say perfect. What makes it perfect?
Basically, like what you're seeing is that it almost looks, and I call it, I know it's the silliest thing, but snow. Like it's already so mixed. I don't know.
Okay.
I guess is the only word to use it, but almost you want to obviously have it stiff.
Okay.
Is what we're looking for.
Okay.
Perfect.
So what do we do now with this?
So then once you have all your egg whites, we're gonna take our eggs little by little, the egg whites, and then fold it in. And you'll help me with that.
And so this here, all we're just doing is really kind of just bringing it in, and then just kind of tucking it almost in a way, right?
That's the best description. Yep, you describe it perfectly.
Okay.
Yep, that's all it is. And then we could always add a little bit more.
Bring it. Let's go for it.
All right. There you go. You might have to help me with that.
Let's see if we can get this here.
Yeah. All right. But like you said, it is a workout.
It is a workout. It is an absolute workout.
Yes.
So while I'm doing this part, what do we need to do with the pans?
Yes.
How do we get the pans going?
So basically, now that you, obviously, once we're mixing, and you'll get your partner to help you mix, we'll grab our pans here and make sure we spray those. Because obviously, you don't want your cake sticking. Baking spray, we'll spray and coat those pans really good. No corners or nothing left.
Now, like someone at home might be saying, well, I got a spring mold here. Like, could I use a spring? Like, what would be the difference? Why not using that? What's going on?
Not for this batter.
Not for this batter?
No, you don't want a spring mold, yes.
Why?
Okay, I feel like you use that for cheesecakes.
For a cheesecake?
Yes, exactly,
Okay, so
This, just a regular, these are 6-inch pans. You could find these. But yeah, no, not a spring mold.
And because of all that spray, it'll come out.
Exactly,
Okay,
That's what the spray is for, to help you, obviously, the cake not to stick.
Okay, I think I've got on everything.
Yes.
Is that good?
Yes, that looks great.
All right.
And then now we'll basically pour them, and what you want to do is halfway.
Halfway?
Yeah, halfway on your pans.
Okay.
You can always use just a spatula, or if you have an ice cream scoop to help you do that. You just have to get creative.
You got to just get creative with it.
Perfect. Love that. And there you have a fluffy batter.
About halfway there.
There you go. I think, that's perfect.
About that way?
Yep.
Okay, very good. I'm going to leave that one to the side here.
All right.
While we finish up our bizcocho o mojito.
Bizcocho mojadito.
So much better when she says it. We're taking a break, but when we come back, we figure out our frosting ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to dinner. Actually, dessert Diaz, since we're skipping dinner to have some fun with cakes, pastries, and sweet treats all week long. Today, Chef Christina LaValle, the cake girl, joins us to share a recipe for, what else? Cake, but more so one which honors her and her mom's heritage, a Puerto Rican cake with a cream cheese frosting. Before the break, we made the batter by mixing butter and sugar, adding in egg yolks, then almond emulsion. Self-rising flour went in next, alternating with milk. Then in a separate bowl, we beat our egg whites and then combined them all. Used some non-stick spray on our pans to make sure that they won't stick. Poured them in the batter, got them in the oven. Then during the break, we made a simple syrup, which was pretty simple. It was stirring water into boiling water and letting that dissolve. So this is just going to melt down, become that beautiful syrup that we need it to be.
Exactly.
So what do we do next then?
So here we have our cream cheese icing.
Okay.
It's already butter and cream cheese.
Butter and cream cheese.
Butter and cream cheese right now.
And we did this during the break?
Yes, we did. And then we started adding the sugar, the powdered sugar.
Okay.
Not regular granulated, it has to be powdered sugar.
It has to be powdered sugar for this one.
It has to be powdered sugar for this one. And then basically we're just mixing it in, and we're just gonna finish incorporating that powdered sugar in here. And this is what makes the cake so good.
This is it.
Yeah, the icing part. Oh, yeah.
Is there a favorite part to the cake that you like the most? Like, is it like,
icing.
It's the icing. All right, cool.
Oh man, I still remember going to weddings, birthdays. I'm like, I want the cake, but I want extra icing, please.
It's the extra icing.
It has to be extra icing for sure.
All right.
And then once that is incorporated, we're add our vanilla extract in it, and they're little by little. And you could turn this off, that way it doesn't obviously come up. And then we'll mix it a little bit until it's incorporated. And there you have it. You have cream cheese icing.
You got the cream cheese icing. I love that.
I love cream cheese. Yeah.
Now, all that cream cheese icing needs is just a cake and... Oh, wow. I think we actually have some right over.
We do.
All right. Let me take a look and see how these ones are coming out.
Beautiful.
Now, we had these in for just about, what, 45 minutes
45 minutes, yeah. 45 minutes. 45 minutes in there. You may have to add maybe a minute or two, depending, obviously, on your oven temperatures and all that stuff, but 45 minutes should be around the perfect mark.
Okay.
Look at those. Beautiful. So basically, once they come out of the oven, you just have to let them cool for a little bit.
Okay.
And then you basically want to trim your tops. And basically, you're just trying to take that excess. Because if you leave it like this, then obviously you have the little hump in the top, and you don't want that. You want it to be nice and straight, flat. And then, yeah, I don't know if you want to help me.
I'd love to. If you want to make today your cake day, grab Chef Christina's recipe for her Puerto Rican cake at DinnerDeeAs.com. Scan the QR code there to find us. All right, when we come back, the cake girl shares her tips for doing cake decorating just right. Ahead on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz, but with no dinner in sight unless you're of an open mind and consider this a worthy meal at the end of a day. A Puerto Rican cake with cream cheese frosting brought to us by the cake girl, Chef Christina Lavalle, as part of our cheat week of Dessert Diaz brought to you daily. Before the break, we made our frosting, putting our stand mixture through the paces again to combine butter and cream cheese, then adding powdered sugar and finally vanilla extract. Then we got our baked cakes out of the oven, trim the top so that they're gonna stack neatly, and let them cool during the break. Now, this simple sugar solution here, you mentioned earlier, a Puerto Rican cake is also known as a wet cake. So now we're gonna make it wet.
Exactly. This is a part like where you take your simple syrup, let it cool at least 5 minutes. And that way it's not burning hot. It's still going to be a little bit hot.
Boiling water just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to burn yourself.
There's kids baking with you now.
Exactly. So you want to be supervised, right? And then you take your simple syrup. You could have a measuring cup. And basically, we're just going to do it in a circular motion. You just want to make sure all the sides and everything gets coated.
And how do you know how much to continue to go with?
Yeah, so I would say at least for this size, for sure, at least a cup worth of your simple syrup. You just let it soak. That way, all that simple syrup gets all to those little crevices.
Come on now. If it's your unbirthday today, well, happy unbirthday to you. Why not bake this tonight? All you need to do is grab Chef Christina's recipe from our website, DinnerDeals.com, or scan the QR code to find us on your phone. Now, we already soaked some cakes earlier, so we've got some that's already ready.
And what we did, using a little offset spatula, or spatula, whatever you want to call it, you just basically put your cream cheese icing and level it. And then the next step would be obviously grabbing your next layer. And then putting it right on top. And then you'll add your cream cheese icing, and some people might like a lot, some people might like a little bit. It just really depends. And then you're basically using your turning table, and if you don't have that at home, then that's fine too. You just get creative, right?
Just get creative.
Yeah, and then you want to put this one the opposite way.
The opposite way.
Yes, sir. Yes, because that's our final top layer.
That's the final top layer. Wow, it really is soaked too.
Yes, it is very moist. It's very moist.
So how much should I be going for? Like about?
Yeah, around that. Yeah, you could start. Yeah, you could start with that.
And then just start spinning a little bit.
Yeah, and what I want to show you, that way that doesn't happen.
All right. See, I've had one job already.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Show me what is the proper way to do that.
So that way that doesn't happen. What you want to do, obviously, you grab enough amount, right? You put your icing on top of this.
You had more than I did. You told me I had enough, so.
Hey, hey, we're just eyeballing
All
here,
right.
all right?
All right.
So basically, you have your cake, and what you want to do is just spread it around, almost like you're spreading butter.
Okay.
You know, that way all those crumbs don't come to the surface.
Okay.
And
how do we do the sides now? Same kind of concept?
Yeah, same kind of concept. And you want to hold your hand up.
You want to hold your hand
Yeah, like,
up.
I mean, I guess on this, I'll show you.
Show me.
I'll show you one.
Show me one. Show me half a turn.
So basically, you want to use your spatula this way. So you want to put your hand like this.
So you want to start from that bottom and
Yeah,
then...
and then you want to use the back of that spatula to do that.
Okay, let's go for it now. It's kind of like drywalling right now.
Basically, honestly, you know, a lot of people call it that, like you're applying cement almost like.
It kind of is. Like I just got like a little bit of like mortar. All right, this is tougher than you think it is.
Yes, a lot of people.
This is why I'm just gonna take the spatula right now and just go for it. You know what? Show us the real way to do this.
You got it. That's why.
That's why we just gotta go with the experts for it there. But it can be. That's the joy of what baking is. Like, hey, if it has a little bit of the crumb, hey, it's still gonna be delicious.
It's still gonna be delicious. It's still gonna be amazing.
And right here, you can bring everybody into the mix.
Yes.
Grandma and grandpa can come into the mix.
Yeah.
Mom and dad can come into the mix. The kids can come into it. It's gonna still taste delicious. And everyone's got a part of the process.
Exactly, exactly. You just have to have fun with it. Because that's what baking is.
It should be.
So basically, we're just applying icing, and you see, it happens to me too.
See, it happens to the best.
It happens. So not because I know what I'm doing here, it's not gonna happen to me. And the cake, obviously, this cake is so soft too.
Totally.
Very soft.
It is so soaked and saturated right there with all of that simple sugar.
Exactly.
That might happen.
Oh yeah, it's gonna happen. That's why when we do it at our shop, we kind of cool the cake a little bit in the fridge. That's another trick. If you want to do it at home and you want to do it a little bit nicely.
And that will firm things up so it makes it so that way then it doesn't crumble as much with it as well.
Exactly. That's what the fridge is for.
The fridge is for.
And then you take that there. But you could tell that this cake is extremely soft.
It's extremely soft, and it sounds like there's a trick too that like I've been noticing along this way because like I kind of want to like jump back in it, but then I'm also like, it's a lot of frosting. It's just got to be a lot of frosting.
Yeah, no, but
that's really what the trick is.
You're in charge, like you got to show the cake.
You got to tell the cake, I got you. This is my cake.
Yeah, exactly. And then you have a scraper here. Obviously, if you don't have this at home.
Yeah, most people may not have that.
Yeah.
So what could they use? Like,
honestly, with this spatula, you could just put it back in the fridge if you want for a little bit, let it firm up a little bit, and apply more icing. And you could just literally just the butter motion thing.
The butter motion thing.
If you if you were putting butter on bread, then
that's the butter motion thing. All right, show us how it's done then.
Yeah. So just gonna grab your scraper here.
Okay. I think I can do that part. I really do. I feel confident in my abilities. I feel confident in my abilities to do that part alone. And so this is just literally just kind of like taking the excess.
Yeah. And it's helping you put that icing back, gluing it onto that cake.
It's kind of fun. You got any requests for the song right now too? Like I feel like I can just start really actually bringing the records out for this.
Hey, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. All right, is that good?
Yes, that's good. And then if you want it, we could add more icing at this stage, or we could leave it like that. But I feel like we want to add a little more icing.
Or I'm not gonna lie to you, the little kid in me's coming out because like I'm getting like just mystified by the sprinkles.
Hey, I would say go for it.
Go for the sprinkles.
Yeah, you go for the sprinkles. You could add. We could add sprinkles on top.
What do you want to do?
All right, let's start with the sides.
Let's start with the sides. Okay, so there is a method to it.
Yeah, you want to use your hands.
Okay.
And grab a little bunch right here.
Okay.
And apply to the side.
And just apply to the side.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This is so much fun. When we come back, this beautiful cake is going to get sliced up and served up. Ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. Our dessert week is in full swing today as we've been baking with the cake girl herself, Chef Christina LaValle, who shared a recipe for a Puerto Rican cake with cream cheese in honor of her mom. who got her started in cooking in their native Puerto Rico. Years of lessons learned to teach everybody at home how to be able to do something like this. Now, you say you like to go frosting, like you really like the frosting. So do you work your way like to the top?
No, literally, I'll grab a little bit of cake and
I had a feeling you were going to that way too.
And I literally want extra icing.
You're going for the extra icing. See, I'm going to go for that extra sprinkle because like, that to me just brings that little bit of nostalgia. This cake, I'm sure, brings so much for you of being alongside the kitchen with your mom, but.
That is good. Not because I made it, but it is good.
It is really good. It is absolutely fantastic. I mean, that level of almond behind it too.
Thank you.
Like that is really like the star in all of that.
Oh yeah.
And the cream cheese just brings out a nice little bit of like a tang behind it. It's just like that.
Is it like the perfect combination? And it's not like your tres leches. A lot of people might think and get it confused
totally,
too.
Because then it's like it's soaked and it's like, you know, it's very milky at that point.
Yeah, no, completely different. You
this
have
brings
enough.
the sweetness behind it, but it doesn't make it like it's soupy, like it's going to be like a loose cake.
Exactly.
It just absorbed it just so well. Thanks again to Chef Christina LaValle. Find out more about the Cake Girl at our website, dinnerdeas.com, where we also have the recipe for this cake. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time for more ideas for dinner, or as we call them, Dinner Deas. Yeah, I can keep going with this cake right here.
I know, it's so good.